Okay, today we're going to be doing a video on a Smith & Wesson S&D40VE. It is your basic self-defense, as in it says S&D40VE. It's a given. It's a self-defense weapon. Not really made for much else. You don't want to be, going out trying hunting. You can if you want to, but it's more of a self-defense. Okay, number one, safety. A lot of people do not follow this. Safety rules. Never point it at anybody. Always keep your hand above the guardrail right here. The guardrail, for those of you who do not know, is this right here. It guards the trigger. So always keep your finger above the guardrail. Number two, dump the clip. Check it, check it, check it. Check it 2 or 3 times. Now the thing with the Smith & Wesson, the Smith & Wesson has this little thing right here. And if you chamber a actual bullet, it will show up right in there. So it will be very obvious to see that it is chambered. So therefore you would obviously know to eject the bullet. Okay, otherwise, safety, number one, always do not point it at somebody. You always keep it pointed to the side where nobody is at. And again, no matter what, empty or not, keep your finger above this. Okay, Smith & Wessons make it very easy to break down. You just gotta pull the trigger, let that go real quick, pull it back just a little bit, maybe 1/4 of an inch. If even that, drop this little rails, which I'll show you in just a second, and you're apart. 2 pieces. Okay, this is carbon fiber, this is solid steel. Now, when you go to take this part, you just simply put your finger in there, pull the push spring out. The push spring, you can get a different push spring for, it would be a metal push spring instead of this plastic that comes standard. You can get those for about $15–20 online. Not that bad. Okay, then when you pull this out, that is your actual barrel. That is the only thing that actually contains the bullet. You want a drop of oil. When you go to oil it, you want to put a drop of oil right on the top and right on the top right there as well. Always want to be very oiled because you don't want any friction when you go to fire the weapon. Less friction is always better when it's metal on metal. And it's easy assembly. Just pop it back in just like it came out. It drops in just like that. Take the push pin, put it in the little hole right there, push it down, and there you go, it's back in. It's always a good thing to do though is to put it back on just to make sure you got it just right. You can kind of feel if it would be crooked or not. So it's just like that. And back to the little rails. If you can see them, they're little black things that just have a little slot right there. And it's on both sides. Take those and you pull them down at the exact same time. When you pull it back, pull those down and release. And there you go. It comes right back apart and goes right back together. Very simple. The Smith & Wesson has this little lock right here. So when you cock it back, you push it up, and there you go. It's back and it's locked. I'll do it like this so you can see better. Just push it up with your thumb, and there you go. It's locked back in position. You can see it's clearly empty from bottom to top. Very simple. Very good gun. Very reliable. Holds 14 in the magazine. Let's show this real quick. Holds 14 in the magazine completely. You can get this, or you can get the California compliant, which will only hold 10. I live in Arkansas, so therefore don't have to be California compliant, so I went with the 14 size, and it comes direct with 2 of these straight out of the manufacturer. So when you go and buy one, you will get 2 14 size clips, or if it's the California compliant, you will get 2 10. Basic things that I love about the Smith & Wesson is, like I said, right here around the guardrail, it has this little finger, so you know exactly where your fingertip goes because it is right there indicated, and you can feel it. It's got a little roughness to it, just so you know your finger's always right on it. Another good thing Smith & Wesson came out with is these little grooves. The little grooves make it very easy to grab it and pull it back. Very easy. I ain't a woman could do it, not saying that a woman couldn't do it otherwise, but it makes it a little bit easier for anybody. Another thing I like is the way they have it when it fits your hand. Even without the clip in, your hand still fits very, and I got I'd say medium sized hand. So even though without the clip in it, it still fits very nicely on your palm. This version does not, the back is not removable. It does not have that option. You cannot change the grip, but you can get an add-on grip that costs about $10 to $15 as well, and it just slides right over, and your clip will still be compatible. And that's the other great thing about Smith & Wesson is it actually fits in with the gun. It doesn't stick out like with some Glocks. So it's a very compatible gun, very easy handheld. Like I said, main thing always is safety. So once again, you dump the clip, pull it back 2 or 3 times just to make sure nothing's in there. And overall, just a very well gun. If you have any questions or anything like that, just put them in the questions below, and we will always get back to you as we try to. Anything other than that would be just the railing. I can give you that. The railing right here has a specific little notches and a little rail right here. Just so if you want to, you can add a laser sight, or you can add a flashlight. Either way, it's your choice. It's all about how you want to do it. It's very simple. The laser sight or anything would just slide right on, and that's why these little ridges are right in here. And so when it slides on, it has that to lock onto. Thank you. And the clip dump is very simple, just a little push button. It's nothing extraordinary or anything like that. And on the other side, mention that. On the other side, that is where the push button will actually pop out, which is never in your way because of the simple fact that they've made this so well designed. It is completely out of your way. It actually forms a very good handle with it actually being right there and poking out. If you can see, I'm hoping you can.
Turn it back.
Okay.
Right there.
As you can see, it pokes out, and it makes it actually very nice between your trigger finger and your middle finger. Makes a very nice grip, I think, for me, anyways. But like I said, overall, the Smith & Wesson SD40VE is a very well constructed and very well suited gun for anybody ages, I'd say 18 to 80 really, because of the simple fact that it has so many specifics for just self-defense, and it's not like a military and police gun. It has a lot smoother glide than a military. It's not as stiff. The trigger is only an 8-pound instead of, I think it's like a 10-pound on the M&P. So that is it for today. I'll be posting more videos on different weapons. One will be a Benelli, one will be a Remington. I'm going to have different guns. I like to show people different things about different guns. So basically, if you ever want to see anything else, like I said, just post a comment, and I can always try and provide you with anything. And that is it. Remember, safety first.